Hello Curious! Thanks to her role in movies such as Ferris Bueller's Day Off, followed by a lead role in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer Grey became a household name. But then after a time, gossip began circulating that the actress had been banished from Hollywood, as some noted her career had allegedly slowed down. Though now, after all this time, Grey has released her memoir called Out of the Corner, and in interviews promoting the book, she sets the record straight about her banishment, as well as other intimate details of her life. In what way and how drastically did her plastic surgery change her life? Does she blame her mother for her problems? Was her relationship with Patrick Swayze not as perfect as it seemed on screen? Just how did her father Joel's coming out affect her? What did she have to say about her past flames, Matthew Broderick and Johnny Depp? And did she inspire a Madonna song? Stay with us until the very end to find out some of the juiciest details, but before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the hottest celebrity gossip. It has been almost 35 years since Dirty Dancing had come out, and Jennifer Grey, whose role as Baby had launched her into stardom, had entered the spotlight on her own. The movie was released in 1987 and starred Jennifer alongside Patrick Swayze. To this day, the coming-of-age flick is still beloved by fans all over the world. But just like one of the most famous and most quoted phrases from the movie is "nobody puts baby in a corner," it seems that the actress was put into one, because if her memoir is anything to go by, she is trying to get out of it. Out of the Corner is set to be released on May 3rd, but already the actress has opened up in interviews and some details have been released and they had fans talking. When speaking with people, the actress had said that now she wants to take up as much space as possible. For her, taking herself out of the corner is a new feeling, but she realised that she was putting herself there for a story and narratives that weren't giving her the best life. Speaking with reporters, she said, "The story I was telling myself about how I got here was not a great story and not entirely true. I hadn't seen the ways in which I'd made choices." But now, she is opening up about her life and experiences. Even prior to her debut role in a commercial aged 19, the woman already was rubbing shoulders with the elite. And that is thanks to her parents, Joe Wilder and Joel Grey, who are in the industry themselves. In her book, she talks about how already from the age of 16, she was living a double life. By day, attending school, by night, spending time at Studio 54. If you're unaware, the club became world famous for its celebrity guest lists, rampant club use of illegal substances, and open intimate activity. The star said that at the time she was the good girl who was not allowed to do anything but be perfect. So, in a way, her spending time at places like the club was being rebellious. That was due to her parents, whom she called perfectionists, and given that everyone around her was successful, it put a lot of pressure on her to be the same. While Dirty Dancing was the production that had catapulted her to fame, the year prior she had starred in another high-profile and beloved movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was on the set of that production that she met Matthew Broderick, and despite playing siblings, bitter rivals in the flick, feelings bloomed and the two started dating in semi-secrecy. Speaking about those days, Grace said that she learned many things about herself from their relationship, and despite the fact that they were very young, personally she claimed to have been very in love with him. It also seems that when the pair broke up, the event might have had a great effect on some, namely Jennifer's close friend at the time, Madonna. The two women were working on a movie called Bloodhounds of Broadway together when the now 63-year-old singer told Grey that she wrote the song Express Yourself after her breakup with Matthew. And as it turns out, the lyrics, "You'll do much better baby on your own," is in reference to her Dirty Dancing character. She had also opened up about the 1987 car accident that she and Matthew were involved in Northern Ireland. As per the news reports at the time, the acting couple had left the accident with injuries, while the two passengers in the other vehicle had lost their lives. Speaking of the incident, the actress said, "We had an accident. It was a pure and simple accident that was tragic, and it had very serious traumatic lasting effects on, I'm sure, Matthew and the family of the other women, and me." The actor later had to pay a fine, yet that in itself had caused quite a stir. Now if you want to know why not everybody was happy because of it, then check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us until the very end to find out just how drastically her plastic surgeries had changed her life and why she did them. Speaking of her personal life, Grey also talked about her romance with Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp. According to media reports, the pair were together in the late 80s and were even engaged. Speaking at the time, Jennifer said that there was some heat between them and that it was like a bonfire, adding that at the time she was thinking that she had never seen a man like that. In the extract of her book, the Red Dawn actress also revealed that it was 2 weeks into their relationship that Depp asked her to marry him, to which she agreed. However, as his career grew, their relationship did not last, and after being engaged for 9 months, the pair split up. Moving on with her personal life, Grey later married Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actor Clark Gregg on July 21st, 2001, and the pair have one daughter together called Stella. While many fans had noticed they seemed like a perfect family, in July 2020, the two announced that they had separated and were going through the process of divorce, which became final at the start of 2021. But despite the fact that throughout her life Jennifer was involved with the aforementioned stars, as well as Back to the Future actor Michael J. Fox and former aide to President Clinton George Stephanopoulos, there was one man that fans wanted to see her with, and that was none other than her Dirty Dancing co-star Patrick Swayze. But as it turns out, the two did not have the best relationship off screen and weren't a natural match. Speaking about the two of them together, the actress said that normally when two people don't feel like a good match, they just move on. But being co-stars, they couldn't do that. So being forced together for the sake of the movie and the press created friction between them. When asked in a recent interview if she just wasn't her type, the actress said that it wasn't necessarily the case, as at times while working on the movie, she had found herself asking what was wrong with her. But as she further went to explain, he was married and very in love with his wife. Whatever he was doing, I was not. I was very busy with Matthew. Though she did reveal that if there was one thing she could tell the late actor, then it was to apologize for not being able to appreciate who he was and instead wishing for him to be like what she wanted him to be. Though speaking of Swayze, if you want to know more about the actor, then be sure to check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. Though speaking of the early days of her career, it is worth mentioning the action that led to the actress banishing herself from Hollywood. In her book, Grey talks about how from very early on in her life, her mother would suggest that she gets a nose job. The star did highlight that of course her mother loves her, but added that she had always been pragmatic, and she would say, "It's hard to cast you, make it easier for them." Though Grey was quick to defend her mother, stating that she was right, as after her first rhinoplasty, things changed for her for the better career-wise. In the interview with People, Jennifer talked more about it, saying that to begin with, as a kid, she was very much anti-plastic surgery, though she harbored no negative feelings towards her parents, who had undergone the procedure. She explained that since both her parents came from Jewish families, they were assimilating, which she understood as it was the 50s, and things like changing your name to fit in were normalized. Later on in her career, Jennifer would go on to get another nose job, one which completely changed how she felt. The now 62-year-old reflected on her first outing post the procedure when she attended a premiere and how her appearance changed so much that even Michael Douglas did not recognize her. She revealed that from then on it became a thing, the idea that she was completely invisible, as, in the world's eyes, she was no longer herself, and that to her was traumatizing. Jennifer revealed that at the time she was upset with her mother for always telling her that she should do her nose. In the report, when touching upon being left unrecognizable and the rumors that she was shunned from Hollywood, the star said that she had spent so much energy trying to figure out what she did wrong and why it happened, before coming to the conclusion that no one banished her, but that she did it to herself. But when it comes to her parents, there are some other groundbreaking and changing moments that happened in her life. Back in 2015, her father, the Oscar-winning cabaret star, had made headlines after coming out as gay, aged 82. But as it turns out, his daughter had found this out years prior, and in a rather painful way. It was in the late 80s during a conversation with her then boyfriend Matthew Broderick's mother Patricia that she learned the truth when the woman, using a homophobic slur, said, "You know your dad's a f***." To this day, Jennifer isn't sure of what the woman's motive was for telling her that, though highlighted that at the time it felt like it was a sniper attack, the idea that she was a fool while everyone around her knew. When the news was made public in 2015, Grey had openly supported her father, with whom she often shares selfies on her Instagram. Speaking of reporters at the time, she had said that she was very happy that her dad had come to a point in his life where he feels comfortable and safe enough to publicly declare himself a gay man. The mother of one also stated that the most important thing is that now her father and other people have the freedom to be themselves, and that hopefully more come closer to loving and accepting themselves as they really are. So curious, what are your thoughts on Jennifer Grey's career? Do you believe that the rumours that the entertainment industry had banished her? Did you know that there was friction between her and Swayze? Were you aware of the stars she was previously linked to? And do you believe that her nose job really left her unrecognisable? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.